Today on DC News Now, the heat is back today and storms are on the horizon, tracking the wet weather ahead of 4th of July. TSA expects to screen millions for 4th of July travel, how to get through the airport smoothly. And one of the country's most popular fireworks show gearing up for a spectacular Independence Day. Checking in on the preparations happening in the nation's capital. A police chase ends in a fiery crash in D.C., the latest from police. Virginia Tech looking to join the Commonwealth's bustling tech hub. A sneak peek inside Virginia Tech's Innovation Campus in today's Tech Talk.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Liberty Simmons in for Mark Hall. Meteorologist Damon Matzes joined us with the latest on the forecast. And Damon, I felt it. My hair was just the worst this morning. It's very soupy out there, and we have storms on the way, right?
Oh yeah, Liberty. Yeah, you feel that out there when that humidity makes a return after those couple of crisp days we just had. It's noticeable, and unfortunately, folks, we're going to continue to dial up the heat and the humidity ahead of that chance for storms over the next few days. How about our temperatures already here at the lunch hour in the 80s across the entire DMV? We had to take some time to climb into the 80s both yesterday and on Monday, but today the temperatures are rising pretty quickly, and we are on pace to make it back into the 90s, at least across portions of the DMV later this afternoon. So that's what we're expecting as we head toward 3-4 o'clock. We'll be back near 90 degrees. The humidity will continue to dial up, so we'll feel that soupiness in the air as the day rolls along. But as we progress throughout the rest of this afternoon, no rain or storms are on the horizon just yet. But as we head toward the 4th of July tomorrow, there's the chance for storms, not only just thunderstorms, but potentially a few strong to severe storms. Level 1 risk for severe weather is in place across the DMV. So as we get ready for those holiday celebrations, we'll also have to keep an eye to the sky. We'll time out when some of these thunderstorms could roll through on the holiday tomorrow and what the rest of the upcoming holiday weekend is looking like coming up here in just a bit.
Thanks, Damon, and hopefully that doesn't impact air travel as well in terms of those storms. But if you're preparing to fly for the 4th of July holiday, expect a crowd and extra wait times to get through security. I was at the airport earlier. It's a mess. TSA expects to screen some 3 million passengers a day around the holiday. And when I was at Reagan National this morning, I saw a glimpse of the chaos. So here's what you need to know before you board your flight. TSA says get here 2 hours early and make sure you're packing the right things. Follow the 3-1-1 rule. That is, make sure your carry-on has liquid gels and aerosols under 3.4 ounces. Have 1 quart-sized clear plastic bag to carry them, and have only 1 carry-on. And a reminder, all fireworks are explosive and not permitted in checked or carry-on luggage. Now, AAA expects 5.74 million people to fly for their 4th of July destinations. It also expects the roads to be packed with a record 60.6 million drivers. So if you're hitting the roads today, the best time to leave is before noon. Meanwhile, the Department of Transportation says the good news for flyers is the rate of flight cancellations is less than 1%.
Give yourself enough time and then just relax. It's not the end of the world.
And TSA also recommends passengers check their list of prohibited items before you even get to the airport, and that's available on their website. And if you're staying in the district tomorrow, DC Fire and EMS says crews will be on safety patrol. They will be checking for illegal fireworks and inspecting fireworks stands and retailers across DC.
We want people, especially with children, to be very careful. Even sparklers can burn at 1,200 to 2,000 degrees, so that is more than enough heat to seriously burn somebody, especially children.
DC fire crews are also reminding everyone to keep a safe distance from the fireworks. More tips from safe holiday travel, or holiday fireworks, from DC leaders. Never allow kids to handle fireworks. Only light fireworks outside, and have water nearby to put fireworks out after using them. And do not light fireworks near gas, paper, or other combustibles. And if you're cooking a barbecue tomorrow, DC officials say keep your stove top and oven clean of grease and dust. Double check everything is turned off when finished. Don't disable smoke alarms while cooking, and never cook while drunk or sleepy. So good tips right there. Now developing. One man is dead and 2 others are hurt after a shooting in District Heights. This happened around 10 o'clock last night along Lakehurst Avenue. Prince George's County Police says 1 victim died there. Another was taken to the hospital. The third was checked out and released at the scene. Detectives are working to find the suspects and a motive for this shooting. Anyone with information is urged to reach out. DC police asking for your help identifying these 3 suspects you see on your screen right there. Officials believe the shots were fired just before 1 a.m. on Sunday. Now, this happened in the area of Q Street in Southeast, and police say the victim made his way to a DC fire station and was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Now, if you recognize any of these individuals from this surveillance footage, you're urged to contact police. DC police are also searching for 2 people they say robbed someone in Northwest. Now, according to police, the 2 people you see here threatened the victim with a screwdriver. The incident happened Monday around 2:30 in the afternoon along 13th Street. If you recognize these 2, please contact officials. And staying in the district, 2 people were killed after a police chase, a fiery crash yesterday. Police believe the car involved was wanted in connection to several armed robberies. Our Daniel Hamburg has the latest from Southeast.
The police chase started in Annapolis, went through Prince George's County, and ended here on Southern Avenue in D.C., hitting this tree and fence you can see completely charred as that car went up in flames. And this fence over here, a mangled mess.
It was just horrific.
A police chase from Anne Arundel County to D.C. ended with this car split in half and on fire.
1 passenger was under the car sitting on fire. He was dead on the scene. It was another person. He was sitting in the middle of the street on fire. The 3rd victim, he got up and started running.
Dinah Bigby saw an officer chase that man and arrest him while the car blew up in flames, and another officer tried to help.
He pulled somebody out of the car and extinguished him with the fire extinguisher.
Police say it started in Annapolis at 12:15 p.m. when officers spotted a car matching the description of one used in multiple armed robberies in Anne Arundel and Prince George's counties.
Targeting citizens who have been either withdrawing or making deposits at our local banks.
Anne Arundel Police Chief Ahmad Awad calls it bank jugging and says year to date there have been more than 40 incidents in the Baltimore-Washington area.
They've been an epidemic throughout our region.
A U.S. Park Police helicopter helped track the white BMW to Southern Avenue. Police say they recovered a gun in the 4600 block of Hayes Street, believed to have been tossed from the car.
Our hearts go out to all of the people who have fallen victim to these suspects who choose to victimize innocent people and their lives. I also fully recognize that there will be families grieving as a result of the decision that these young individuals made today.
D.C. police will be handling the crash scene here and, of course, working with Anne Arundel County Police, where this all began. In Southeast, Daniel Hamburg, D.C. News Now.
Thanks, Daniel. And in Maryland, Governor Wes Moore announced the launch of the Sunbucks program. The program will help families buy groceries this summer. It partners with public schools to help with meal deliveries. And in Washington County, the school district is praising the program.
The kids look forward to it. Honestly, they look forward to the whole idea. A lot of us on a first name basis with the kids and know our kids in our communities. So it's a great program.
Governor Moore also says the Sunbucks will fight hunger and help with food security. And relief coming to military families in Virginia. After weeks of back and forth, state lawmakers are agreeing to fully repeal changes made to the Virginia Military Survivors and Dependents Program. The program helps cover college tuition, though some officials were concerned about the cost to taxpayers. Back in May, changes to the program made it so families had to apply for financial aid and potentially pay out of pocket before using a tuition waiver. Now lawmakers are striking a deal to roll back those changes. Still, there is tension over the long road to get to this point.
that had a full repeal from the House. Everybody agreed to it. Now the House is going to have to come back again. The Senate's going to have to come back again. I mean, this is wasting taxpayer dollars right here.
Senators are also agreeing to provide $90 million in funding to the program. The House and Senate will return to vote on the 18th. And fallout over President Biden's debate performance continues. A Texas lawmaker became the first Democrat Tuesday to publicly call on the president to withdraw from the race. National correspondent Maddie Biertemple reports on his decision as the White House works to assure people the president is fit for the job.
Texas Democratic Congressman Lloyd Doggett is the first sitting Democratic lawmaker to call on President Biden to withdraw. He says his only regret is not speaking up sooner. Congressman Doggett says the stakes are too high this November to stay silent.
This is a painful decision, but a necessary one if we were to stop our democracy from being trampled on by Trump.
He says he needed to speak out after seeing the president's debate performance Thursday and reading the Supreme Court's ruling granting former President Donald Trump immunity from some criminal prosecution. Doggett says this is not about age.
I'm more concerned about what I saw and what the American people have seen in recent months.
We get it. The president did not have a great night.
The White House says the president had a cold that night and he's staying in this race.
He knows how to do the job.
That message echoed by other top Democrats.
We've worked hard together for 4 years and delivered a lot for America and for Central New York. I'm for Biden.
But to ease some concerns the president's not up for another 4 years, Rhode Island Senator Sheldon Whitehouse says
they need to have a more aggressive campaign tone. He needs to show people in America that he's up for those fights.
President Biden plans to speak with Democratic governors today as well as leaders in Congress this week. In Washington, I'm Maddie Biertemple.